Hello everyone. So this is just my first video and it's a tester video. I might be downloading it into YouTube and I might not. We'll see. The reason that I'm doing this video is mostly because of curiosity. I want to know how it is to own your own YouTube channel and create your own content. It has always been attractive to me to be able to do that, yet I have to admit that having a public face has never come easy to me, but so I just want to try this out. And I want to talk about the things that are in my mind, things that in a society, among friends, or so-called friends, and family, I can't really talk about because everybody is so much about small talks or talks that are not very authentic. That they're not heart to heart. Everybody, it seems like, wants to hide something, even from friends, even from the family. So it's not very easy to have a heart to heart, authentic conversation with people nowadays. You know, sometimes when I go to the grocery stores and people ask me like, "Well, how was your day?" and I'm like, "Oh, I didn't have a very good day." And they just stare at me and it's just like, I just have to cut this conversation. I have to stop talking. There's something dangerous about this. So they sort of like immediately cancel me out, and they back off and distract, and they go about to, you know, doing something else or servicing the next person. So we are not very much equipped on how to carry on conversations that are beyond small talks, conversations that are meaningful, conversations that they can create connection among us. So that's basically, I guess, my intent from creating this channel is to have meaningful chats with you guys, being as authentic as I can be on the channel. I try not to be so concerned about how I come across and how others view me, but rather fully expressing, well, at least trying to fully express my view on things and how I view words and what I think could possibly be a solution to our world. You know, past three years hasn't been very easy for many of us. You know, with what we went through in year 2020 and 21. I know that there's a lot of censorship going on YouTube, so I'm kind of cautious about certain words and descriptions that I'm going to say on YouTube because I don't want to trigger certain warning for YouTube. But we have been through lockdowns, we have been through deaths, we have been through separations from our loved ones. We have been ostracized and isolated. We have experienced things in these 3 years that they were unprecedented. That's one of the words that I actually learned, unprecedented. I don't even know if I'm like pronouncing this correctly or not, but how many times we have heard it on the on the news, unprecedented, 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 right? So yeah, I just want to create a community of people who are into changing the world for better, bringing meaning and kindness into our connection. Because now with the AI coming, like the other day, what was going into my head was that now that AI is becoming so advanced, and pretty much soon they're going to come into the market for the average person to buy certain robots for certain tasks. Maybe it's already happening. But my fear is robots replacing human connection. That would be the time that really our society would be going down. And maybe there's a market for that, because humans are not connecting. Like, human connections are not very fulfilling. Let it be on a friendship level, platonic relationships, romantic relationships. There are many people that are not happy within their relationships. They can't openly express themselves. They can't be held in their they can't be held as they are. Everybody, the friend and family member always wants to change them, mold them, give them advice, and change them and mold them according to what should be, or how this person could be. I've just lost track of what I wanted to say, but basically what I'm trying to say, the reason for this channel is to invite solutions, not advice. And I would appreciate if certainly you don't give me an advice, but this would be just an invitation for us to find out how we can save this world from becoming robotic. The other thing that was going through my mind was that a lot of people are taking their own medications. There are a lot of people that are using substances, even though that medications, they might help short period, but on the long run they lose their effect and they can create addiction. Addiction even doesn't have to be bodily and biological and physiological addiction. It can also be psychological addiction. In other words, I would think that I need this pill in order to function, and I create this story for myself that I would think, like, if I don't have this pill with me, then that means I won't be able to go through my day. So, and a lot of these pills, they have psychological effects, and one of their effects is that they lower our sensitivity. They lower our sensations and feelings. So in situation that we need to feel, for instance, when we need to connect with one another to form deeper bonds, we won't be able to do that because our feelings are tampered with. So we need to take that in consideration. A lot of people are traumatized, and traumatized people, they're very fearful. And then again, this is not a judgment towards people. It's just certainly how traumatized people are. They're fearful of their surroundings. They're always hyper vigilant as they're, looking around their shoulders to make sure that things are fine. And they are not trusting. They don't trust other people, they don't trust their environment. So forming a bond for them with other human beings is very difficult. They also have lower self-esteem. So for some of us that are, so for all of us, in order to be understanding of others, is that we have to create a certain level of safety around us, to allow people, for first of all for ourselves, to feel safe, to be calm, to be taken care of, and then certainly providing a safe space for others. Respect is also another thing that is missing in our society. One of the things that really bothers me is that when I'm walking in the pedestrian on the sidewalk, and I'm really enjoying my time, enjoying the fresh air, and then there's somebody right there standing and puffing their cigarette right into my face. I literally feel that I can't breathe. I am highly allergic to the smoke, and it creates a certain level of anxiety for me. So it's not only, it's physically, it's causing discomfort and allergic reactions and shortness of breath. It also psychologically, it creates panic for me, and asthmatic reactions. And what do you say? Do you stand there and tell these people your story? Or sometimes I get really upset and I go like, I start making noises, and I sometimes, yes, I have cursed, and I have sworn. Sometimes I curse, sometimes I swear. I have. I'm not proud of it, but I said I'm going to be honest. And I do want to open up as how we can go about in our lives to not to create more pain, not to create more darkness, not to create energies, not to give this energy that is of trauma, that is of frustration, that I'll be able to alchemize this energy somehow within me, somehow process it, that in the interaction with other people, I don't just simply puke it. I'll be able to verbalize my pain, openly talking about my pain instead of puking it onto people or acting it out. And remember that communication goes beyond the verbal communication. Communications are usually, a lot of times, are energetic, and also a lot of communications happen through the body language. Have you ever seen like deaf people communicating with one another? And they understand each other because it's all about body language. When we are happy, when we are confident in ourselves, usually our posture is indicative of that presence of comfort and happiness and confident. So guys, I guess that's all I have to say for today. Again, I'm testing out this channel to see how it's going to work out, and if you have any comments, any suggestions, please leave them below in the comments. I would really appreciate it. And again, I really invite you to be kind, because that's what this channel is going to be about. To change the world, to make it a kinder place. I'm not saying we should hide our pain, we should hide our anguish, we should hide our trauma. We should find a way to support others in their trauma and sort of invite others to hold a safe space for us as well. So in another word, not judging ourselves and not judging others on how to show up in the world. Okay. So that's all I'm going to say right now. I'm going to listen to my own video and see, of course, how it's going to sound, and to see if I'm going to find the courage to download it onto YouTube, and then we'll see how it goes. Namaste, people. I bow to who you are as human being, and together we can change this world for better and hold a safe space for one another. Namaste, and blessings.